The Food and Drug Administration has approved the emergency use of convalescent plasma to treat COVID-19 patients, but there are still some questions surrounding this treatment. Carolyn Johnson spoke with Nurse Alice about the pros and the cons.
Okay, so Nurse Alice, thanks for joining us. First, can we walk through what convalescent plasma is? A lot of people understand that you get some type of blood donation and it might help you as you try to fight COVID-19.
Yes, so plasma therapy has been around for a while. After someone has been COVID-19 positive and has recovered, we are asking them to donate their plasma. We then take those antibody proteins from that plasma and we administer it to someone else to help boost their immune system until their very own body is able to produce the antibodies to fight off the infection.
So we understand that the FDA gave it an emergency use authorization. This was something that Anthony Fauci spoke out against recently. What are the concerns here?
Right. So we have to be very careful. And as health professionals, we are not trying to poo-poo on every, idea that comes forward, but we want to be very prudent because we want to do more benefit than harm. And so what needs to happen is that when someone is donating plasma, it runs the risks of the same things as blood donation: risk for infection, risk for allergic reactions. We need to make sure that blood is compatible. We want to be careful that we're not going to cause some long-term effects that we don't know as of today.
And it seems like there are some studies underway, but the results aren't necessarily back yet. For instance, in one of the studies out of Mayo Clinic, we understand that there wasn't a control group and that study wasn't peer-reviewed. A study in the Netherlands was pulled because they felt that they weren't seeing a reduction in mortality rate, a reduction in hospitalizations and such. So what do you think needs to happen going forward?
Well, going forward, and there are studies in place with more rigorous study designs, we need to make sure these are randomized controlled trials, that we have a placebo group, we have a group that's getting therapy. That way we can identify if this treatment is really working, and as the study is progressing, if we're not seeing benefits, then we need to shift gears and focus on other options, because we want to make sure that what we're doing is effective and that it's helpful and that it's safe. And so just to run trials is not going to be helpful to the community at large. We need to make sure that every step that we're doing in medicine, because this is a blood product, we're giving a foreign product from someone else to another human being. That carries a lot of risk. So we can't be willy-nilly when it comes to studies like this. And it's not something that's just readily available, because it's dependent on blood donation. And we already know there's a shortage of blood donation already. You also have to be blood compatible. So if you have B positive, your plasma has to be from a COVID recovered patient who's also B positive.
And certainly something to discuss with your doctor if it comes to this point where you might be considering it. Nurse Alice, thanks for your time.
Thank you.